The thing about coffee is that the plants, are going to be there for a long time. And to grow these things sustainably, you need the farmers to be able to make a reasonable wage, or their farms will collapse. The plants may still be there, but the ability to farm in an organic way may not.
These growers have very little opportunity beyond coffee growing for money making in this region. So once a year, once a harvest. So either they give them to the coyotes, like there's kind of dealers that come through and will set a price, and that's what you get for your coffee, and it's not a very good price. And you have the fair trade folks, and the fair trade folks do a good job.
In the case of fair trade, what happens is you're really saying, look, this coffee may be made in a way that's not necessarily the healthiest. For example, certain kinds of pesticides may be used, certain kinds of soil treatments may be used, certain kinds of harvesting methods where very poorly paid laborers are used, and methods are used which are not really sustainable from the perspective of the people that do this day in and day out.
A lot of these growers don't even speak Spanish. They're from small indigenous populations scattered on mountainsides in this one region. But still, it's not always a living wage. The coffee standard is set. There's commodities that set prices.
Many of them still remain in poverty because it's not really being given a chance to earn a reasonable income from what they're doing.
So they get what they get, even if their crop is better this year or it's higher quality, you still get what you get.
And of course, there's lots of intermediaries along the way, because it may not be the farmer that issues the contract. It may be someone who's aggregating the coffee in a location. So they're actually getting a very good price from the farmer and selling on the world market themselves. And that actually makes things a little bit worse.
So we like the idea that we're paying them better than fair trade based on the quality of their coffee. They're encouraged to let it mature fully on the plant, and we work with them for incentives to do that. So we feel like the coffee that we're getting is some of the best in the world. So our friend Walter down there drives around in a truck during the harvest season, and where he can't get a truck in, he takes a donkey or he walks and picks up their bags of coffee for them and pays them direct.
In order to grow in the way that they grow, it's going to require a higher cost than the way other farmers are doing things. It requires paying laborers a little bit more money because they have to operate in conditions which are not always the easiest to work in. And so the end result is the coffee costs more money. The question is, will the consumer actually pay the additional money? And the answer, I believe, is yes.
So we're meeting individual growers, small plots that are growing coffee above 6,000 feet. So it's very high quality coffee, all organic. They're growing in shade. It's sustainable. Really excited about that part of it, but we got even more excited in the opportunity to meet and make relationships with them, to meet their families, to meet their wives and children. he invited me to go to Guatemala with them. I'd been working on a visual element for the shop, and it was just going to be a contract for me, just a design thing, and ended up being pretty life impacting. And so we had a dream of opening a coffee shop, and we found some friends who were buying coffee already better than fair trade from some folks down in Central America. So we went on a trip as we were formulating the idea for what would become the cafe. When we first opened, we didn't even have a menu up, and we didn't have a menu out, so for us it was important to have a conversation. We wanted to really engage people in the process of making a choice about how they're going to spend their money. From a local level to a global level, how are you engaging your community? So, because there are friends in Central America and they're making such good coffee, we wanted to make sure that people understood that and wanted to have a conversation with us. So we asked people to name their price, to walk alongside of us in honoring folks down there, also honoring their community. I think personally, becoming aware of the little choices that I make throughout the day, throughout the weeks, that accumulate into becoming the person that I want to be. So being aware is one level, and being a critiquer is another level, being a contributor is altogether different. And so I think in volunteering and in working here and working with Rally and going to Guatemala and working on these relationships, I've become a better person. I've become more aware. So when I do make those decisions, I feel like there's congruence